Is it clear? So x of t plus x of minus t. What does it mean? Here the operation involved is time reversal and addition, signal addition. And this is the last one. Here the operations involved are shifting, scaling and the reversal. So first shift the signal x of t plus 1. Then scale the signal x of 2t plus 1. Then take the reversal. So try to take the screenshot and try to solve the sums. Each and everyone try to take screenshots and try to solve these sums. ఒకవేళ మీకు ఎక్కడైనా డౌట్ వస్తే you can stop there, call me or WhatsApp me, do whatever you can, but solve చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. అన్లెస్ మీరు ట్రై చేయకపోతే no one can help you. సాల్వ్ చేయడం నాకు ఎంత పనమ్మా, సాల్వ్ చేద్దామంటే క్లాస్లో చేద్దాం, కాకపోతే మీకు ప్రాక్టీస్ లేకుండా వర్చువల్గా మీరు ఎంతకాలం అని, I mean, how can you learn the subject? So I'm clearing the screen. అందరూ స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకున్నారా అమ్మా ఇది? Each and everyone. స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకున్నారా? Yes or no? Okay, I'm clearing the screen. And next coming to this one, x of n minus 4, slightly shifting the signal towards right by 4 units of time. And then x of 3 minus n, shifting the signal 3 undi kabatti n plus 3 minus n undi kabatti reversal. So here it is n plus 3 and minus n plus 3. And here it is scaling operation, scaling the signal by a factor of 3. Here it is shifting and scaling. And here it is half into x of n. First you need to perform this one, half into x of n, which is nothing but amplitude scaling. Here it is half into minus 1 whole power n into x of n. This is also amplitude scaling operation. Both are amplitude scaling operations. And then you should go with signal addition. Right? Half into x of n means let us multiply amplitude of each and every sample with half. So half into half, what is its value? 1 by 4. 1 into half, what is its value? 1 by 2. 1 into half, what is its value? 1 by 2. 1 into half, what is its value? 1 by 2. 1 into half, what is its value? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into half, what is its value? 1 by 4, right? This is 1 by 2 and this amplitude is 1 by 4, isn't it? And now let us try to plot the second part, half into minus 1 whole power n into x of n. Already we have plotted half into x of n. Now let us try to multiply this particular signal with minus 1 whole power n. Half into minus 1 whole power n into x of n. See, this is minus 2 and this is minus 1. It is 0, 1, 2, 3. So here it is half into x of n, right? So it should be multiplied with minus 1 whole power n. At this instant of time, n value is minus 2. So half into x of n value is 1 by 4 into minus 1 whole power n value is minus 2, right? Means 1 by 4 into minus 1 whole square is plus 1. So this should be 1 by 4. So minus 1 whole power n ante entama, even values of n ki it will be plus 1 and for odd values of n it should be minus 1. So it is minus 1, it is an odd value, right? So the sample should be multiplied with minus 1, 0. Anything whole power 0 is equal to 1. So this should be a positive value, positive half. And here 1, right? Here at this instant of time n is equal to 1, right? So minus 1. This sample should be multiplied with minus 1. And again the sample should be multiplied with plus 1. The sample should be multiplied with minus 1. So 1 by 2, 1 by 4. Here it is 1 by 4. And here it is 1 by 2. Is it clear? So now what we are going to do is add these two signals in order to get the final signal, half into x of n plus half into minus 1 whole power n into x of n. Is it clear? Now the last signal x of n minus 1 whole square. So ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేయాలి అంటే let us substitute the values of n from minus 2 to plus 3. So if we substitute n is equal to minus 2, x of minus 2 minus 1 whole square. What is x of minus 2 minus 1 minus 3? 3 whole square is 9. X of 9. So let us consider y of n is equal to right. So substitute different values of n, and plot y of n is equal to x of n minus 1 whole square. substitute different values of n and then try to plot y of n, then you are going to get this x of n minus 1 whole square. Please try to do something on paper. మీరు పేపర్ మీద పెన్ పెట్టకుండా ఇట్ ఈస్ హైలీ ఇంపాసిబుల్ ఫర్ అస్ టు కంప్లీట్ దిస్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ సబ్జెక్ట్. ఇస్ ఇట్ క్లియర్? అమ్మ ఒకసారి స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకుని ఈ సమ్స్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి, ఎవ్రీవన్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్. Okay, I'm clearing the screen. Okay, now we'll go to today's class. So in today's class, we would like to discuss about elementary signals. See, suppose if we want to learn mathematics, first we need to know what the numbers are. And later we need to know what are the operations that are performed on numbers. ఇప్పటిదాకా ఏంటంటే మనం సిగ్నల్ అంటే ఏంటో తెలుసుకున్నాము. And we need to know what are the elementary signals. Like mathematics లో మనకి numbers తెలియకుండా ఎలా అయితే ఎడిషన్, సబ్స్ట్రాక్షన్, మల్టిప్లికేషన్ చేయలేమో అలానే సిగ్నల్ లో కూడా ఎలిమెంటరీ సిగ్నల్స్ తెలియకుండా we can't perform any operations on signals. సో మ్యాథ్స్ లో ఎలా అయితే ఆపరేషన్స్ ప్లస్ మైనస్ డివైడెడ్ బై మల్టిప్లికేషన్ ఉన్నాయో అట్లానే ఇప్పటిదాకా మనం నేర్చుకున్న ఆపరేషన్స్ అన్ని సిగ్నల్ మీద పర్ఫామ్ చేసే ఆపరేషన్స్. లైక్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ లో ఎలా అయితే నంబర్స్ ఉన్నాయో likewise in these signals and systems also we have some elementary signals. Clear? Actually, these elementary signals are also called as standard signals. As I said earlier, it plays a vital role in understanding the signals and systems, or study of signals and systems. The most standard signals are unit step signal, unit impulse signals. I guess these two things we have already discussed. And the other signals are unit ramp signal, unit So the first signal is unit step signal. See, continuous time unit step function or step signal is denoted by u of t and is defined as u of t is equal to 1, and it is defined as u of t is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0 and u of t is equal to 0 for t less than 0, right? So మనం ఈ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సిగ్నల్స్ ని ఎక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తాము అంటే దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ సిగ్నల్స్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ టు టెస్ట్ ద సిస్టమ్స్. లైక్ సడన్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తే హౌ ద సిస్టమ్ వర్క్స్. ఆఫ్ అయి ఉన్న సిస్టమ్ ని మనం సడన్ గా ఎగ్జైట్ చేస్తే ఆర్ సడన్ గా మనం ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తే హౌ ద సిస్టమ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు వర్క్ అనేది మనం టెస్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే we will go with unit step signal. See, usually this signal is called step signal if this step signal has unit amplitude. If this step signal has unit amplitude or unity magnitude, then it is called as unit step signal. So ikkada unit anedi amplitude change ni indicate chestundi. If you observe, the signal will not be defined from minus infinite to 0, but the signal will be defining from 0 to infinite, right? Similarly, discrete time unit step is denoted by u of n and is defined as u of n is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 0 and 0 for n less than 0, right? Ikkada unit anedi entamma the amplitude change which is going to occur at origin. Similarly, the next signal is unit impulse signal. Here unit indicates area under curve. Area under curve. Here the unit indicates area under curve. The continuous time unit impulse function is denoted by delta t or del of t and kuda antaru. And this is also called as Dirac delta function. It is denoted by integral minus infinite to, means it is defined as I said, unit impulse function has unit area. So integration అనేది మనం ఎప్పుడు వాడతామమ్మా? Integration is in general used to find the area under curve. So this equation indicates that the unit impulse function has unit area. So integral minus infinite to plus infinite delta of t dt is equal to 1, right? and it can be defined as delta of t is equal to 0 for t not equal to 0. Or in simple, delta of t అనేది only t equal to 0 దగ్గర మాత్రమే define అవుతుందమ్మా, and it won't be defined for t not equal to 0. Sorry, I have forgotten to draw delta of t here. So this is how delta of t looks like. So ఇక్కడ 1 అని indicate చేస్తారమ్మా. This 1 is not the amplitude of delta of t. This 1 is the area under this curve. This 1 indicates area under this curve. Actually, this delta of t has 0 width and infinite magnitude. This delta of t has 0 width and infinite magnitude. Right? This is how delta of t looks like. So let us now try to establish the relationship between continuous time unit impulse function and continuous time unit step function. In fact, delta of t is considered as the first derivative of unit step function. Delta of t is considered as the first derivative of unit step function. See, this can be, we can define this relation by considering the practical version of u of t. In the previous talk, or here we have discussed the ideal version of u of t. This is u of t, means ideal version of u of t. For ideal version of u of t, the amplitude change occurs only at t equals to 0. Is it clear? For practical version of u of t, the amplitude may not changes abruptly. It may take some time to change the amplitude. Okay, so this is how the amplitude changes over small duration delta, or the small duration delta. Okay, so if we differentiate this particular u, so the practical version of delta u of t can be represented as u delta of t. Practical version of u of t is represented as u delta of t. What is the difference between ideal version and practical version? For practical version, for ideal version, the u of t amplitude changes straight away at t equals to 0. But for practical version, this will take some time to change the amplitude from 0 to 1. Okay. If we differentiate this particular signal, what is the differentiation? See, differentiation of a constant is 0. So right from minus infinite to 0, this signal doesn't have any amplitude, means the signal has the amplitude of 0, which is constant in nature. So differentiation of constant should be equal to 0. Similarly, straight from delta to infinite, the signal has the amplitude of 1. The signal has the amplitude of 1, which is a constant. So if we differentiate this part of the signal, that will also results to 0. That will also results to 0. So the differentiation is only defined from 0 to delta. Since it is changing, if we find the, so let us first try to find the equation of this line. How can we find the equation of, see, a line with 2 points? Anyone in the class? How can we find the equation of a line with 2 points? Anyone in the class? So one is origin point and the other one is delta comma 1. See, how can we find the equation of a line with 2 points? Anyone in the class? Anyone in the class? Y minus y1 is equal to, yes, C9, tell me. Anyone in the class? What is the point slope form of the line?
Y is equal to mx plus c.
Yeah, here we have 2 points, right? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, isn't it? So how can we determine m value? What is the slope of a line with 2 points? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, isn't it? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So let us consider this as x1 and this as y1, and let us consider this as x2 and this as y2. So if we substitute the values, y is equal to y2 minus y1 ante 1 minus 0, which is 1, divided by x2 minus x1, delta minus 0, which is delta, into x minus x1 value here is 0. See, here it is y, right? What we are representing on y-axis, what we are representing here on y-axis, u delta of t, right? So u delta of t is equal to 1 by delta, and what we are representing on x-axis, t, since the independent variable is time, u delta of t is equal to 1 by delta of t from 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to delta, and after delta the signal has the amplitude of 1. So what we are supposed to do now,
Voice break అవుతుంది ma'am.
is it clear now? So now we would like to find the differentiation of this u delta of t, isn't it? So u delta of t differentiation, d by dt,
Yes ma'am.
d by dt of u delta of t is equal to, see, I can't write it properly, directly I am taking the differentiation. What is the differentiation of 1 by delta of t with respect to time? 1 by delta, isn't it? If we take the differentiation of this particular signal, so if we take the differentiation of this particular signal from 0 to delta, then its value is 1 by delta. So that's what I have written, I have drawn here. From the duration 0 to delta, the signal has the amplitude of, this signal has the amplitude of 1 by delta. Is it clear everyone in the class? Is it clear? నేను స్క్రీన్ క్లియర్ చేస్తున్నానమ్మా. స్క్రీన్ క్లియర్ చేసిన తర్వాత మేబీ మళ్ళీ ఇవంతా రాయాలంటే కష్టం. సో ఎవరికైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే విల్ క్లియర్ ఇట్ రైట్ హియర్. ఇస్ దేర్ ఎనీ డౌట్? అర్థమైందా అమ్మా? ఎనీవన్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్ అర్థమైందా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సే ఎస్ ఆర్ నో.
Yes ma'am.
ఏంటమ్మా? Is it clear or not? Okay, fine. Someone said yes. So మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరు మాట్లాడలేదు కాబట్టి I should consider it as yes. Okay. So I'm saying that continuous time unit impulse function and can be considered as first derivative of continuous time unit step function. So for that, I'm trying to derive this expression delta of t is equal to du of t by dt. So for that, what we have considered is, we have considered the approximated version of unit step function, and I would like to take the derivation of this particular thing. Actually derivation అనేది మనం ఏదైనా rate of change ఉంటేనే find out చేయగలం. For this signal from minus infinite to 0, the amplitude is constant, which is 0, and from delta to infinite also the amplitude is constant, whose value is equal to 1. So if we find the differentiation in these two parts, the resultant will be 0. So the differentiation signal will not be defined from minus infinite to 0 and delta to infinite. So we should find the differentiation of signal from 0 to delta. Is it clear? So if we want to find the differentiation, we should note the equation of line. As we know that if we know the 2 points that are lying on the line, we can find the equation of the line by taking point slope form. Point slope form can be defined as y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, where y is the parameter what we are taking on y-axis, and x is the parameter what we are taking on x-axis. X1, y1 are the points which are lying on this line, and y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 is the formula for slope m. So I have substituted the values here, and I have found that this differentiation value is equal to 1 by delta in the range of 0 to t, 0 to delta. So now I can undoubtedly say that this signal, the differentiation signal, has the width of delta and the magnitude of 1 by delta. This differentiation signal has the width of delta and the magnitude of delta. See, this practical version of u of t, that is u delta of t, can be approached to u of t if we consider this delta value is equal to 0, isn't it? If this delta value is 0, if this delta value is 0, then we can consider this as u of t, then we can consider this as u of t, isn't it? So I have considered that u of t is equal to limit delta of t, delta tends to 0, u delta of t. So similarly here delta of t is obtained by taking the differentiation of u delta of t, isn't it? Delta of t is obtained by taking the differentiation of u of t. So delta of t is equal to du delta of t by dt. ఏంటమ్మా d3? So what is delta of t? Delta of t is a short pulse of duration delta with unit area for any values of delta. Unit area అనేది ఎలా చెప్తాం మనం? See, it is a rectangular pulse, right? What is the area of a rectangle? Area of a rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Here this has the length of 1 by delta and breadth of delta. So if we multiply these two, then we will have the value of 1. Delta into 1 by delta is equal to 1, isn't it? So see, if this delta is 0, suppose let us consider మనం ఏం చెప్తున్నాము, this will approaches to ideal version only when delta is equal to 0. Suppose delta is equal to 0. If we consider delta is equal to 0 here, what will happen? This pulse will have 0 width and infinite magnitude, isn't it? This pulse will have 0 width and infinite magnitude, isn't it? Delta 0 అయితే ఏమవుతుందండి, this pulse will have 0 width and magnitude ఏమవుతుంది, 1 by delta, means 1 by 0 should be equals to infinite. So in this way we can say that delta of t has infinite magnitude. So delta of t is the practical version of delta of t. If we want to make it ideal, we should consider this delta of t is equal to delta is equal to 0. So delta of t is equal to limit delta tends to 0, delta of t. So when this delta tends to 0, this delta of t will have infinite magnitude and 0 width. Is it clear? So we can undoubtedly say that delta of t is the first differentiation of u of t. First differentiation అని ఎందుకంటున్నానమ్మా, second differentiation means అయితే we can take it as d square u of t by dt square. Third అయితే d cube u of t by dt likewise. So if this relation exists between delta of t and u of t, then u of t can be taken as integration of delta of t. Then u of t can be taken as integration of delta of t. Is it clear? So there are some points to be noted for unit impulse function. Unit impulse function, the width of the pulse is 0. See, practically the width of pulse is not 0, it is point not something, but ideally the width of the pulse should be 0. Whenever the width of pulse is 0, the height of pulse should goes to infinite. And area under unit impulse curve is always unity. Area under unit impulse curve is always unity because it has the width of 1 by delta and it has the width of delta and length of 1 by delta. Since it is a rectangular curve, delta into 1 by delta is equal to 1. And there are certain Am I audible? వినపడుతుందమ్మా? Yes or no? వినపడుతుందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So delta of minus t is equal to delta of t. We can support it by this plot. See, since delta of t is only defined at t is equal to 0, so delta of minus t kuda it looks like same because manam time reversal తీసుకునేటప్పుడు the amplitude at origin won't get changed, right? So manam delta of minus, if x of minus t is equal to x of t, then we usually call that signal as even signal. So delta of minus t is equal to delta of t, delta of at. How can we support this one? Integral minus infinite to plus infinite, delta of t is equal to 1, right? So let us take delta of at instead of delta of t here. Delta of at, what is delta of at? Time scale version of delta of t. Time scaling చేస్తే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా? Actually delta is nothing but this curve 0, this pulse 0 to delta. If we time scale this by a factor of a, delta by a 0 by a, right? మనం ఇప్పుడు ఈ కర్వ్ కి ఏరియా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా? 1 by delta into 1 by delta into delta by a, isn't it? Delta delta cancel అవుతుంది, 1 by a వస్తుంది. So 1 by delta of at is equal to 1 by a into delta of t. That is how we support this one. And first, before going to this one, let us discuss these two. X of t into delta of t. If we multiply these two signals, what will be the resultant? The signal this signal is 0 from minus infinite to 0, and this signal is 0 from 0 to infinite. So product signal will not be defined from 0 in minus infinite to 0 and 0 to infinite, but the product signal will defined at t equals to 0 because delta of t is defined at t equals to 0. So if we multiply these two signals, the resultant will be defined at t is equal to 0 with the magnitude of x of 0. So this is how it is. Similarly, if we have taken delta of t minus t naught, means this delta of t is shifted towards right by t naught units of time, then the resultant will be x of t naught into delta of t. If we apply the integration to this particular one, then it should be integration to this particular one, then the resultant will be x of 0 అనేది constant కాబట్టి we can take it out of integration. Integral minus infinite to plus infinite delta of t dt. So what is integral minus infinite to plus infinite delta of t dt whose value is equal to 1? So the resultant will be x of 0. That is what here. Similarly, it is x of t naught and x of t is equal to x of tau into delta of t minus tau. So నాకు రేపు క్లాస్ లేదమ్మా. While coming to next class, please be prepared. Already material is with you. Please be prepared. Okay. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ లిజనింగ్. మీకు కనుక ఇప్పుడు ఇవి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకపోతే నెక్స్ట్ క్లాసెస్ మీకు ఇంకా గ్రీక్ అండ్ లాటిన్లా ఉంటాయి. మనం మ్యాథ్స్ క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు నెంబర్స్ అండ్ మినిమం ఆపరేషన్స్ తెలియకుండా వెళ్తే మ్యాథ్స్లో అన్నీ అవే ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయి ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్లీ మనకు కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్గానే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ లిజనింగ్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్. యూ కెన్ లీవ్ ద క్లాస్ నౌ.